Okay, so step one, you'll want to create a new Adobe file, give it a name, and decide what measurements you're going to make your poster, so A1 or A0. So I've selected A0 here, being 1189 by 841 millimeters. So that's you created your poster size. So the next thing you want to do is open your clean copy map. This clean copy map might have been provided to you by the cartographers, and in some cases quite a few of you have said you've got the Digimap logo covering the area. In order to remove the Digimap logo and just narrow it down to your map, you'll need to release what's called clipping masks. Those clipping masks probably are quite a few across your map, and essentially where your map and all the other components to the file have been grouped together. So right click and press release clipping mask, and then click off of the map and then back on and right click release clipping masks, and repeat this until there are no clipping masks left on the file. And then you can select just the map itself and copy just the map. Then paste the map back into your poster. Or you can do this with just keyboard shortcuts, but I just wanted to show you that you can do that. And then drag and drop into the file your scans of your field slips. So now that you've got your field slips and your base map in the same file, you want to start tidying things up a little bit. So for those who did take it from cartography and do have their map in multiple segments, what you'll want to do is make that map a single file. So you need to go to Object, then Rasterize. Then you can press OK. High quality is very important in resolution, and you'll see that that map is now one figure. So then you'll need to start looking at your layers. So you'll want to have a layer for your field slips and then one for your base map. And then once you've made your layers, you can drag and drop the relevant files into the relevant layer. And then you want to do is block your base map so that it cannot be accidentally moved or edited. And then you'll want to start thinking about overlaying your field slips with your base map. So you'll need to lower the opacity so you can see the base map below, and start trying the really fiddly process of aligning them. So the first thing I would recommend is trying to use the words on your map and using them to align. So in this case, I'm just thinking about which one I would like to use, which would probably be easiest. So I select that, and I drag it to where it almost fits, and it looks like it fits really well. However, when you zoom in, it's not quite right. You can see that there's doubling of lines. So then I start the lengthy process of stretching the map, tilting the map to try and get it as perfect as possible. So I'm going to fast forward this because it took quite a long time. Okay, now that I'm really done, I'm just going to go around and see how closely aligned it is. Even if it's a millimetre out or two, that's meters and meters in the scale, in the field. So that's why I want to get it so perfectly aligned. And you can see it's still not quite right. And something to say is don't be afraid of distorting your field slips, because your base map is locked and is set in its correct dimensions. Your scans might not quite be right in terms of dimensions, so you can edit and stretch your field slips without the worry of distorting your map, provided that your base map is locked and uneditable. Okay, and that's me done. Okay, so thank you very much for listening, and see you on step 2.